Yep.
Go. Most people at some point in their lives will work in a cubicle, especially those with a business degree. I will define cubicle, explain some statistics and facts about cubicles, give some information from a couple of interviews, and finally, I will offer some tips to help you survive working in cubicles. This is a Dilbert commercial strip by Scott Adams that was printed in 1994. And if I pile enough binders on my chair, I'll have a window view. He walks away thinking, I've got to try that. Wow, I've never seen so much interest in our business plan. Can I have two? I'm sure all of you know what a cubicle is. Some of you may have even already worked in one. The basic definition I am going to use for today, I found in the Random House College Dictionary by Jess Stein and was published in 1982. It states, a cubicle is a small partition space, especially one with a desk, used for work in a business office. They tend to be boring and sometimes cramped with no outside light, which is why Dilbert in this comic was stacking binders so we could get the sunlight in. However, if you can usually decorate as you please and find space-saving ideas. According to Money.cnn.com's article, Cubicles, The Greatest Mistake, by Julie Schulzer, about $3 billion worth of cubicles are sold a year. This is the largest share of all office furniture. This isn't surprising, knowing that in America, there are about 40 million or 60% of the white-collar workforce working in cubes. According to RyanMail.net's Cubicle Survival Guide, only about 7% of these people actually enjoy working in cubicles. In developed countries, there are about 15% of the population that work at a desk, with or without cubicle partitions, stated an article in the magazine Scientific American Mind titled Cubicle, Sweet Cubicle by Alexander S. Haslam and Craig Knight. According to CostOwl.com's How Much Does an Office Cubicle Cost?, there are two main types of cubicles, panel-mounted and freestanding. Panel-mounted is all in one piece with everything mounted to the walls. Freestanding cubicles have separate panels placed around the desk. The cost and size of a cubicle depends on how much you are willing to spend, as well as the position of the person who will be working in it. They can cost anywhere from $500 to $10,000 or more. The most common sizes of cubicles are 8x8, 6x8, and 6x6. TimesFreePress.com's article, The Rand, says a cubicle is about half the size of a prison cell. I interviewed my dad, Barry Butler, who works at Design Data, where 32 out of the 62 employees work in cubes. When he started working there, he was just a programmer in a cubicle, but now he is the vice president in his own office. He stated that working in a cubicle made it easier to communicate, but you had to be careful not to just talk over or through the partitions. The close proximity also gave him a heads up on people's attitudes, so he knew if they were having a good day or a bad day and how to approach them. A piece of advice he said he would give to someone on their first day working in a cubicle was, get a good set of sound-deadening headphones, make your cube feel like home, but organized, not messy. Keep others in mind, sound, lighting, and clutter, and be kind. I also interviewed my sister-in-law, Keely Butler. She works at Penlink as an accountant, where about 90% of their employees work in cubes. She works in an enlarged cubicle, which means it's bigger than normal ones, but she has a cube mate who is also an accountant. She likes the cubicles because there are no closed doors, so it doesn't feel like she's interrupting when she goes to talk to someone. But she really dislikes talking on the phone in her cubicle. She feels like everyone's listening in, so she tries to make her calls early in the morning before everyone gets there, or stay while other people are at lunch and make her calls then. Keely's piece of advice was, get comfortable with this space. It's really easy to block out the noise of a coffee maker and other people talking on the phone, so don't worry about it. There are many things to remember when working in a cubicle: noise, privacy, smells, and space. Here are some tips from today's FacilityManager.com's blog, Friday Funny, Cubicle Etiquette by Heidi Schwartz. Noise. Pick up your phone after only 1 or 2 rings so the ring isn't annoying your neighbors. Keep your voice quiet, don't yell in between the partitions, and don't have a heated argument on the phone. Don't yell across cubicles. And then, like Healy suggested, work out arrangements with neighbors for lunch breaks, so you're not all trying to talk on the phone at once or people aren't listening in. Privacy. Don't comment on conversations you have overheard. This will just start drama and rumors. Also, resist answering questions from the cubicles next to you. People are asking a specific person, they don't want your answer. Smells. Watch what you eat at your desk. Food smells can bother your hungry or nauseous neighbors. Since a lot of people are allergic to perfumes and colognes, just avoid them altogether. Finally, keep your shoes on. People don't want to smell your feet.
Darn it.
And finally, space.
Right now.
Don't peek into other cubicles while walking past. That's their space. Stay out of it. Pretend as though cubicles have doors. Don't enter someone's space unless you have been invited first. You can always knock on the side of the cubicle just like it was a door. Wait for an invitation before you go in. Keep in mind, if it would annoy you, it will annoy your neighbors. These are just a few good tips. Most people at some point in their lives will work in a cubicle, especially those with a business degree. I explained how to survive this experience. I talked about what a cubicle was, explained some statistics and facts about them, gave some information from my interviews, and finally I offered some tips to help your sanity while working in cubicles. Thank you.